I swear it was in slow motion. I was like, no. I was reaching with my right hand to try and catch it, but I didn't get there in time. And it fell lens first on the ground.
Oh my God.
So
Was it
then-
totally shattered?
Welcome back to another episode of the Humble Hustle podcast. We are your hosts, Nick and Kayla.
Hello, hello.
And today we finally have some more submissions. So today we are reading a bunch of stories by you and some from us.
Yes. And the title today is Fuck Ups. We all make mistakes, and we thought it would be fun to talk about some times where we've made major or minor mistakes, and just kind of take a moment to laugh at ourselves, because if we don't, then we'll probably lose our sanity. So we've got a couple submissions, and I have 3 of my own that I will share from like the last maybe like year or so. And then Nick has one too. So this will be just like a quick one, just a funny one to share some stories that we've had to make you hopefully laugh and make you feel better about yourselves.
Yeah, pretty much that's the goal. Make you feel better about yourselves.
Yeah, we love that. So we'll read the submission first. Thank you to whoever submitted this story. And Nick's gonna kick it off with the submission.
Okay, so the title of the story is Major Fuck Up. I formatted my memory cards at the wrong time.
Relatable.
Been there.
We've all done it.
Have we ever? All right, so I just lived through every videographer's worst nightmare, formatting a card and losing content that was captured for a client.
Yikes.
I have a client who I record a podcast for. Usually these episodes are around an hour in length, and I have 2 cameras running at a time, one for the host and one for the guest. I also batch record at least 2 episodes in one recording session. Since these podcast video files take up so much space, I have to format my cards before and after each podcast recording session to make space for other projects. My data organization is usually pretty thorough, and I triple check before formatting any memory cards that files are backed up in the right places. Okay, so usually they're pretty good.
Smart.
So one day, I captured the 2 podcast episodes and dumped the footage later that night. A few days later, it was time to format the cards to be ready for the next project. When I triple checked that the files are back up, I'm looking at the thumbnails of the videos and the file names. Going through these podcast files, everything looked good. So I cleared my cards. I went back later when it was time to send these off to my editor and realized that I had copied the camera angle of the host from the first episode to both folders by mistake.
Oh no.
So I was missing the angle of the host from the second episode, and I had already cleared my cards.
Oh my God.
I realized I made this mistake because the thumbnails of each of the videos looked similar, and the file names also looked similar at a quick glance. So before I formatted the cards, I hadn't realized the same file was copied over twice.
Ugh.
I hadn't written any new data to the memory cards, so in panic, I tried a few data recovery softwares, all of which gave me no luck, which was a huge bummer because I had to pay a lot of money for those softwares. Essentially, I have no camera angle of the host on this podcast episode.
Damn.
Luckily, I had all the audio from the second episode, so we can still cut together an audio-only podcast. I'll just be out of luck when making short-form videos of the podcast. I explained my situation to the client, and she was totally understanding since this has never happened to me before, and I'm able to make it up to her by producing extra content from future episodes. Moral of the story, don't just triple check before formatting cards, quadruple check them.
I feel this so heavily. I've done this a couple times.
Really?
Yeah. Like once was like a long time ago when I was still working at my previous job. And it was like a smaller project, so we were able to luckily like reshoot it with the client, but I'll talk about my more recent story. But this is something that I really feel like everyone has gone through.
Yeah.
And I've learned to, like, I always dual record now. So that way when I do back up my files, and I also try to back up files like ASAP so it's fresh in my memory. So I always try to put it on the hard drive, and then I keep it on at least one of the 2 SD cards until I'm able to back up to a second hard drive.
So that's like the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
sometimes,
don't
like,
do all the time.
yeah, and sometimes I'm shooting on 2 cameras, so there's actually like 2 cards I need to back up.
Yep.
And that's foreshadowing to my fuck up. But yeah, this is brutal because you, like, I mean, especially I'm especially careful with it for like larger projects and weddings. Oh my God. Can you imagine formatting a card that you have wedding footage on that you're not backed up?
We're fortunate since we have the 2 of us that we both back up every wedding
Good.
on the chance something happens, and it actually has. Something has happened.
Yeah,
So like
SD cards get
having the other
corrupted.
person having to back up.
Yeah.
So we basically we do record on all of our cameras, and we trade cards at the beginning of the day. So one of my cards is always in his camera, and then we
Smart.
just switch back at night. So we both have footage from all the cameras.
Oh, that's so smart. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, if you are not dual recording in your cameras, I highly suggest it. I used to only do it for certain projects. Now I do it for every single project, and I have for like over a year now, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brutal. I feel you. This is never fun, and the best way to deal with a situation like that is to do exactly what this person did and just own it and be honest with the client and say you fucked up and do what you can to make it right and fix it and hope that they're understanding.
Unless you're like me and the client forgot about that certain something. So
That's helpful.
Dude, this literally happened to me like a month or so ago. But so my thing was, I was shooting video mostly, and the client asked me to just snap a quick photo of something. I was like, sure, we're here. Snap, got it. So there was like 3 photo files on the card. And since my brain was like, this was a video only project, I came back, dumped the video, formatted the card without even thinking to look for photos, and just totally deleted them, gone forever. Fortunately, they never asked.
God, we love that. That's incredible.
So it wasn't a real fuck up. It was just a close call.
Close call. That's better than the alternative. Yeah, that's funny. I wish we were all that lucky to have everyone forget about it, but unfortunately, not always the case. But I think you handled this very well. I think you were honest and you did your best to fix your mistake. You made it up, and they sound like they're still using you, so everything is grand.
Yep.
My formatted card story is it's bad. It's pretty fresh at the end of the last year, so 2024. I had a client that I started working pretty regularly with. They're just an awesome client. It's a very unique project. And we did some video content, some group shots for different departments, like group photos and headshots. And I was shooting on 2 cameras because I have an A7 IV and an A7S III. So I primarily shoot video on the A7S III, obviously, and photo on the A7 IV. And I must have backed up one of the cards, but not the other. And the worst part is I didn't even realize I was missing a bunch of the photos when I sent them to the client. So they emailed back and asked me about the photos, and I hadn't even like thought of the fact that they weren't all there. And I looked on every single SD card. I looked at all of my like hard drives to see if I actually put it in another place. But no, I had thought that I had put all of the files onto the hard drive, and I didn't. And that's not something that is easy to recreate, is getting a bunch of people together during their busy workday.
Yeah.
It was a huge fuck up. Huge. And they had every right when I told them that I had lost those photos to say, like, see you never, like, never work with me again. But I made it right.
Were they upset?
They were totally understanding. They were so cool about it. And I got really lucky that they were so cool about it. And what do they say? What's the expression? I fell over myself apologizing. Like, I profusely apologized. And they were totally understanding. And luckily, you know, we held off doing the reshoot until the spring. And I did the reshoot. We didn't do all the group shots again because it was too hard to corral everybody, but we did the headshots, and I obviously didn't charge them for that shoot. And then I ended up giving them another shoot free of charge. So like I tried my
I think you
best
did right by them, yeah.
to make up for it. But they had every right to say, like, sorry, that was a big mistake, and find someone else.
For
But they didn't. And I'm very grateful for that. Yeah. Not good.
No.
I felt horrible about it because it wasn't just like, obviously, it's not good when you do that to any client, but like one of my favorite clients. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
felt
would.
so
If it's client you like really love, I would feel
I
horrible.
felt so bad. I was sick to my stomach. That's how bad it was. I was so upset with myself. And I think I figured out why, because when I used to shoot Canon, all of the photo and video files go in the same folder. And in
So-
Sony,
Yes, that's
it
what happened to
goes
me with
into-
mine.
yeah, it's DCIM, whatever the fuck that stands for, and then private.
Private.
And
So
the video files are in one and the photos are in
Exactly.
the other. So I think that's why I've had so much trouble backing up, because I've come close to having this happen with other things, but then I quadruple check.
that's why I didn't even bother looking in the photos folder, because I was like, video only, all I care about is the shit that's in private.
Yep. I really wish that it didn't format like that on Sony, because I think it's so much easier when you can just see them all lined up in one thing, because I like to sort by kind.
I do that too.
And just take, it's one of the fatal flaws of the Sony like software and technology, I think. It makes it really hard to like remember that. So that is something that I always keep in mind with Sony, is like, just double check that you have gotten every single file. And I have not made that same mistake since. So I'm really hoping that that was my lesson.
Nice.
Brutal. That was your F up?
No, so I'll.
Oh, you have another one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Okay.
broken.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I think I haven't probably said this story before, but I will say it again. I will preface by saying that I usually take pride in being pretty spatially aware. Okay, so whether that's like socially aware, like being where I'm supposed to be physically, or like spatially aware of all the gear that's around me, like tripods, light stands, C stands, whatever. I'm not usually one to like knock something over on set. I'm pretty good about avoiding that type of stuff. However, no one's perfect.
Nope.
And things happen. So I was at a wedding, and we were in the reception hall at this point. So it was like nighttime. We were pretty much done. I think it was right after speeches. So like we were literally about to like go eat dinner, and like pretty much the only thing after that was open dance floor, and then we're peacing out. So I was pretty much like checked out of the night. Like the rest of the day is just easy, open dance floor. The stressful part's over. So that probably made my like body language a bit more like relaxed.
Let your guard down.
I let my guard down a little
Biggest
bit.
mistake.
Yeah. So the tripod was still set up with, we had a telephoto lens on for our speeches, and it wasn't that one right there, but it was our other like bigger tripod.
Okay.
So basically, if you can imagine, the camera's still on it. The legs weren't like extended like that, but they were just like folded up. So it was just like a stick, basically. But all the 3 feet were just like on the ground.
So
and
it's still standing up by itself.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the base of it, when it's like that, is wide enough to stand up by itself. It balances totally fine.
Okay.
So I was holding it very loosely with my right hand, and it was totally fine. I was just like holding my hand there just because I didn't need to. I let go because I was talking to someone. It was still there, totally just chilling. And then it was probably chilling there without me holding it for at least 20 seconds. I don't know if it was a gust of wind or someone brushed it on the other side and I didn't see. But then all of a sudden, I see it start to tip. And I think I was holding like my gimbal in my left hand. So I only had one free hand, I think. And I swear it was in slow motion. I was like, no. I was reaching with my right hand to try and catch it, but I didn't get there in time.
Oh.
And it fell lens first on the ground. So actually it could have been worse. So basically the front of the lens hit the ground. Instantly I knew the lens was toast. And I was okay with that because I was more scared about like the place where it connected to the camera body. I was
Yep.
like, if that part got broken, that's gonna be an expensive fix because I have to buy a whole new camera.
Right.
Fortunately, since it landed on the front of the lens, the connecting piece was totally intact. It was just the lens that broke.
Thank God.
And selfishly, silver lining here, it wasn't my lens.
But you still had to pay for it.
I did. But I was like, at least it's not mine.
Oh my God.
So
Was it
then-
totally shattered?
The front wasn't like totally shattered. There was cracks for sure.
Oh.
But I tried turning it on to make sure like it even like is still connected. It did. And then I tried zooming and it just like started crackling like broken glass inside. I was like, it's gone.
Gone forever.
And
Oh, that's so painful.
somehow no one turned to stare at me.
No
Like-
one, I was going to ask you, did anyone see that happen?
So there was like a waitress or something like standing literally like, right behind it. She thought she did it. And I was like, no, it was not you. Because it felt like right behind her.
Oh my God.
So she knew.
What if she did do it?
No, it definitely wasn't her. But
Uh,
she was the only one that noticed. I was like, it made a loud noise. But I literally looked around and no one was staring at me. I was like, oh, thank God.
That's fortunate because you
I'm like, not
like
trying
that.
to be embarrassed. Right now.
Exactly. Like something like that happens in front of clients, I would be like, oh my God.
So yeah, I was super sneaky. I literally just I didn't even say a word to Sam. I just picked it up and I just walked like to where our bags were like in the stairwell and the place we were gonna eat dinner was like up some stairs. So I went straight there. And then when we got into like the enclosed door, I was like, yeah, it's toast.
Oh my
I just
God.
broke it.
Did he see it?
Yeah, he was standing right next to me. But I was like, I'm not gonna say anything out here. No one needs to know except us. Let me just
God.
act like nothing happened. Just go straight into the closed room, and then I'll tell him what happened. The thing was,
Hurts.
we needed to shoot a back-to-back wedding the day after that,
That's brutal.
so we needed a telephoto lens. And I mean, I was 100% confident that between people we knew or a rental place that we would be able to get one. He was more worried than I was. So like we were eating dinner and I could tell he was a little worried. So I literally was like, do you want me to like make a call right now? He's like, yes. So I literally stepped outside onto like the balcony and I started making calls. I called Luke because I knew he had
Okay.
one. And I was like, dude, like explain what just happened. I was like, worst case, can I like come by your place early tomorrow morning to grab a lens to use for a wedding? He's like, yeah. I'm like, cool. At least you're like the extreme backup.
Yeah. So you know, like you had something.
And then I like looked up like Hunt's rental. I was like, yep, they got it. We're good. Like Alex had one too. So I'm like,
Okay.
we're fine.
Good.
So then I just went back and ate my food and all calm. And I was like, we're good.
And unfortunately, like that shit is going to happen to us. Like
Yeah.
you will spill water on a laptop. You will crack a lens. Like I remember within the first like few months I started my own business, I was taking my camera bag out of my car and it wasn't zipped all the way and my 24-70 fell onto the pavement and smashed and I had to pay. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it was like, I think it was almost $1,000 to fix
Oh
it.
shit.
So like it happens. Like you're gonna make those kinds of mistakes and it sucks, but like unfortunately it's gonna happen. Oh, it's so brutal.
But yeah,
I'm just glad no one saw.
I offered to pay, so I paid for it. But
That's
yeah,
nice of you.
obviously, yeah, I'm glad no one saw too.
Yeah. And that's why you have insurance on stuff too. Like God forbid something like I think something gets stolen from my car. I have insurance on that. Like sometimes it's not worth submitting the claim to your insurance for the item. That's probably what happened to you guys.
Exactly.
It probably was.
So I was just like, no, I'll just do it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, it's never fun. Breaking gear. Never fun. Man, that sucks. I have 2 fuck ups of my own to round this out. Um, so, I think this was 2024 maybe, or 2023, I can't really remember exactly, but
I think they were both last year.
maybe. The last one's definitely last year, but I think this
Because I
one is too.
swear I remember the first one, like, you telling me about it.
It's gotta be, 'cause we went oh, yeah, 'cause we went to the wedding last year. Yeah, I think okay, so
Was it in Rhode Island?
no, Boston.
Oh, Boston, okay.
Boston,
I'm
yeah.
then.
So my fiance's cousin was getting married, and she asked me to do the engagement shoot and wanted to do it at a hotel in Boston. I was like, "Sick, I love that." And she sent me the name of the hotel, and I think there were 2 hotels with a very similar name, both in Boston, and I went to the wrong one. I parked my car in the garage. I went inside with my camera bag,
Super confident. Just like,
real
"Here-
confident. I'm like, "I'm here
everyone."
early," and, like, they're not even here yet. So I text her. I was like, "Hey, like, I'm in the lobby." And she was like, "Oh, weird, like, I don't see you." And I was like, immediately something was not right. I just knew. I was like, you're at the so and so." I can't remember which hotel I went to. They both had the name Harbor in it, I think, which makes sense. And so it turns out I was at a hotel down the street, really not that far of a drive from the one that I was supposed to go to. It's the one with the big American flag. I think that's just like the Boston Harbor Hotel. I can't remember the exact name of it.
Is it in, like, the back Bay Area?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And it was like a quick drive down the street, but when I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Luckily, I was like a little early, so I wasn't gonna be I was like, "Oh, I can just walk there." But it was like kind of misting, and it's Boston, so there's a shit ton of traffic. So I was like thinking I'll just walk, but it was too far to walk. It would have probably been like a 20-minute walk, even if I went fast. And I had all this like camera gear with me.
Yeah, too much.
So I hopped in an Uber and Ubered my booty over to the right hotel. And that was embarrassing for sure. That was not ideal. And of course, the traffic's so bad, and I'm in the car sitting there the whole time, like, fuck, I'm gonna be late. Fuck. And I just felt like an idiot.
That reminds you might have listened to it, the Jake and Nate telling a story. Nate did something similar. I forget the
Did
exact
we show up
story.
to the wrong like
He went-
church?
Yeah, and like
Yes.
the way I just remember listening to that episode and the way he told the story, I was like dying laughing.
No.
The way he was saying it, I thought was like the funniest shit ever.
Oh my God. No, it's funny. It's always funny when you're looking back on it. But in the moment, I feel like I aged myself 10 years because I was so stressed. But luckily, they were chill about it again. I was like, "I'm so sorry."
Were you like when by the time you got there, how actually late were you?
I think like 15 minutes.
Okay, that's not that
It's not
bad.
horrible. But I really just wanted to like, I ended up hopping out of the Uber early too and just like running across the street because he would have had to like make a U-turn. It was a whole thing. Boston's a shit show. So like, it sucked. It really was rough. So that was not great. And then this one's really funny, honestly. This one's classic Kayla. So last year I upgraded my lights. I previously had like GVM square lights, and I decided to get the ones that you had, like Godox VL series. So I got a couple of those. And I was talking to my friend Kaylee, and she was in the market to get new lights. And so I was like, have mine. Like, I think I charged her, I don't remember how much I charged her for them, but not a ton. But I gave her the lights, the big box with the lights and the stands in them. And she came over to my apartment one time, she grabbed them, and then went off on her way. And I had a shoot the following week with a client. I think I was doing headshot. Yeah, I was doing headshots. And it was for a new client. Oh my God.
Yep.
In not Providence, Rhode Island, but somewhere in Rhode Island. I forget where their headquarters is, but like in Rhode Island somewhere. So like, I think it was like an hour, a little over an hour drive for me. And the day before, I go to like start packing up my gear and get ready for the shoot. And I'm like, holy fuck, I don't have light stands. I gave her my light stands, completely forgetting that the lights that I ordered did not come with stands. So I now have no light stands for headshots. Pretty necessary item.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out. And I'm like, okay, I think it was too late to call anyone. So there's a Hunt's photo and video in Providence, and it was like on the way to my shoot. So I decided to like get up a little bit earlier and just drive there to get there as soon as they open. Luckily, this one opens at 9 a.m. and some of them don't open till 10 a.m. So I got really lucky. So I like hit the road and I was like, I'm going to get there right when they open. Like I didn't even have time to call because they weren't going to be open yet.
Right.
So I was just like praying that they had light stands because I didn't know where else to get them. So I remember, I think I sent you a voice
You
memo
sent
or
me a couple
something
voice memos.
when
Yeah.
I was driving there. I was like, just in case you want to feel better about yourself, this is what I just did. And this is my current situation. So I got to Hunt's and luckily, thank God they had light stands that I could use for the shoot and all was fine. And nothing, I guess a close call, not a fuck up, but it's a fuck up because if they didn't have the light stands, I don't know what I would have done. I would have been raw dog.
I literally can't even like imagine the stress of that situation
It
or
was
like
bad.
anything like that. Like
It was
that's
my first shoot with this client too.
crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done. I would have like had to prop up the lights on something. It would have been so embarrassing. I probably would have just been like, I'm sick. I'm sorry. Food poisoning. I don't know what I would have done. So bad. So bad. I don't even know how I didn't process that. Crazy. So yeah, those are my fuck ups. Probably a few too many. But we all make mistakes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Never a dull moment. And it's hard because like I don't have anyone to check me. Like it's just me. Like I know you shoot with Luke a lot and I know a couple other freelancers who frequently work with people or like have a team, but it's just me. So if I don't like have my head screwed on straight, like for 1 second, I can really fuck something up for myself. So I have to be extra careful.
That's terrifying.
It is. It's scary. It's hard. So I've just learned to be way more careful. And like our submission said, quadruple check everything that you're doing just in case. Just in case.
I mean, I still do that when I pack like a camera bag full of stuff, like if I'm going somewhere. I always feel like I'm forgetting something,
Me
even
too.
though I'm like staring at my bag for like
Yeah.
5-10 minutes, like got it.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
And I make a checklist too, especially for weddings. I have a checklist for gear that I need to bring, and I make sure that I physically check them all off before I leave the house.
I think weddings for me is pretty second nature at this point.
I agree, but
I actually
again,
don't
because
stress about
I'm
weddings.
not always all there. I just like to check myself and make sure that I'm good to go. Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Hopefully those were entertaining.
So bad. Yeah, if you guys have anything you want to submit, we do fuck ups, hot takes, industry icks, whatever.
Any
just
fun stories.
Yeah.
We got some more stories to read
Yeah.
in a future episode, so stay tuned to see those soon.
Yeah. But thank you for that submission. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.